Welcome to Document Production. Be ready to watch the video and develop your skills.
Hi everyone, welcome to this fourth video in our series where we're learning some tips and tricks for making documents more readable and presentable. Today we're going to review some of the things that we have studied in previous video tutorials, and we're also going to look at some new features. One of those will be how to insert a bookmark and why we might want to do that. We're also going to look at how to find things quickly in our documents using the navigation option, and we'll have another little look at some of these tabs that we saw in the last video. Okay, let's get started. So a business letter usually has the sender's name and address on the right side. So let's set up a right tab to help us do that. There, oh, I missed it. I've missed it. There it is. So we've got the right tab. We're on the line that we want to format. I'm going to push a tab into the ruler. There's already one there. Let's just get rid of that. Drag it off. Drag the tab where you want it to be. And now click tab on the keyboard. Okay, so let's do that for the name and address of the sender of this business letter. Make a tab, drag it where you want it, click tab on the keyboard. Okay, so we're just going to repeat this process until we've got the name and address of the sender on the right side of the document. The date stays on the left and the receiver's name and address stays on the left. Okay. While we're talking about tabs, by the way, let me show you something. Just going to break away from the letter for a minute. Just going to go and find there's an interesting tab. The decimal tab. What does that do? Well, let's put one onto the ruler. And now let's type out a decimal number. 123 point blah blah blah. And let's press tab. Now, as you can see, it's the decimal point which is lined up with the tab stop. Let's do another one. Let's do another number. 0.1234556. And let's tab that into position. Can you see that the tabs are the decimal points are lining up? Because we're using the decimal tab. Okay? So that's how that works. The decimal points are all lining up. So we're not going to be using that in this letter, but I thought that was a really interesting formatting feature in Microsoft Word, the decimal tab. Okay, let's move on. Next, we have a list of reports. Here they are. There are 4 of them. I'm going to turn them into a list. Now, I've got a choice of having a bulleted list or a numbered list. And I can also indent the list as much as I want. Okay, let's give it a little bit of indenting. Speaking of indenting, we're going to make our page really professional. I'm going to select all of the text in my page. I'm just going to ignore the addresses for now. Just going to select the text, and I'm going to go to the Home tab, Paragraph, Dialog window. And I'm going to include a little bit of indentation. Now, you might have seen this in professional magazines that you read and newspapers and this kind of thing. We're going to include some special first line indenting. Now, to make it really clear, let's do a big indent. This is going to look weird, but I want to make it clear what's happening here. So in the paragraph dialog box, first line indentation. Can you see that the first line of every paragraph, there's a big paragraph. The first line of every paragraph has been indented by 2 centimeters. Okay? So that is what happens when we choose first line indenting. Now there is another option which is quite interesting. There's another option called hanging indenting. I never use it, but I'll show you what it looks like. Hanging indenting is the opposite. The first line of the paragraph is not affected by the indenting, but all of the other lines are. So in this paragraph, we can see this hanging indenting. Okay? Personally, I don't like it. I never use it, but it is an option and it may be useful. So I'm just going to select all the text again, and I'm going to go back to paragraph. I'm going to make it back to first line, and I'm just going to make it a little bit more reasonable. 0.5 centimeter. That's what I want. Okay, that's brilliant. Now I'm just going to select everything again. I'm going to make my alignment justified, just to neaten it up. We're going to give it some double, let's go for 1.5 multiple line spacing. Things are starting to get a bit readable now. Now then, the last thing I want to talk about today is, what if I want to find this list quickly? Imagine if my document is really, really, really long, there are hundreds of pages, and I want to jump quickly to a specific section in the document. Well, this is what I can do. Click in the area where you want to find the thing that you're looking for. So I want to find this list, and go to Insert, Bookmark. Give it a name. I'm going to call this Reports List. Add it to your document. Okay, so that's saved. Now let's say we are somewhere else in the document. It's a really long document. We're somewhere else, and I want to quickly jump to the reports list. All I have to do is find. Oh, the shortcut for find is Control F. Let's try that. Control F. Okay. Ooh, there's something else I want to talk about as well. We'll get there in a minute. So in the navigation, we're going to go to a bookmark. Find the bookmark, choose the one that you want to go to, and click Go To, and close. We jumped quickly to the bookmark that we already put into the document. All right, there is one more thing I wanted to talk about today. The navigation option here reminded me of it. So let's have a quick look at another navigation feature. I want to search for the word report. So I found one here. Oh, wait a minute. That's not report. That's reports. No, I don't want to find that. That's distracting. I just want to find the word report. So if I'm looking for a whole word, I just want this whole word here, I can go into the options and I can find whole words only. And let's type in report again. This time it ignores reports because reports isn't the same as report. They're different. Okay, we're only finding the whole word report, and there are two of them in the document. Okay, let's look for the word reports. Now it's telling me that there are two, but I can see another one. Now the reason that this one hasn't shown up is because in my options I selected match case. And as you can see, this reports isn't the same as this reports because the case is different. So if I want to find any word that is the same as reports, I can just turn off match case. And let's search for reports again. And now we find all of them, irrespective of the case. And that brings us to the end of this fourth tutorial.